Hey, welcome back everyone. Today I'm doing another fly tying video. This fly right here is called the Black Ghost Marabou. It's kind of a variation on the original streamer. This one uses some white marabou up on the top for a wing, and I'll show you how I tie it. So this fly right here, it's probably one of my favorite flies to tie up. Once you get the hang of it, it's not too hard to tie, and it looks really nice when it's all done, and it actually works very well for catching fish. So you're going to work your way down here. Grab some yellow hackle fibers. You want the length of the tail to be about the gap of the hook, more or less. That's probably a little more. Cut off that extra amount there. Now we're going to tie in a piece of tinsel. When you buy tinsel, it's usually one side silver, the other side's gold, and we're going to have the silver side show later on. So what you want to do is you want to tie the silver side right against the hook, so the gold side's facing you. We'll just let that sit there for now. Work our way back up to the front. Now we're going to use some floss. You can use the 4-strand stuff if you like. I don't really like it all that much. It's real fragile. If you have rough fingertips like I do, it can kind of shred right in your fingers. So I get the Uni-Stretch stuff. It's like it's kind of like a single strand floss. You cut a length of it, find about the midpoint. And just kind of like wrap it around your thread. You just turn your bobbin a few turns just to secure it. And you want to wrap it all the way down to the tie-in point of the tail, and then work your way right back up. Give yourself plenty of floss. It's better to have too much than too little. If you don't have enough to finish it, then you gotta undo it all and start all over again. Try to keep it fairly even. If it's a little uneven, it's no big deal. We're not making these for presentation, we're making them for fishing. If you have a rotary vise like I do, you can actually just hold this in place and then turn the vise, but I just don't like doing it that way. It's just easier for me to do it this way. Okay, back up to the thread. Pass it over a couple times, tie it down. Now we're going to grab that tinsel there on the back and wrap it up toward the front. Now the gold side's the side showing. The reason why is when you start wrapping that, it's like a smooth transition to when you start to wrap it. If you had the silver side facing out, you'd have a twist in it. So you just want to wrap your way up to the front and try to keep them evenly spaced if you can. If your floss is a little uneven, or the rib might get a little uneven too, but as you can see. Alright, so now get that yellow hackle again. So we're going to make a throat. So if you have a rotary vise, you can just turn it right around upside down. If you don't, just release the hook and turn it upside down. And you want this to be about the same size as the tail. It's good to give it a couple somewhat loose wraps just so you can position it. Cut off that extra amount. Now we can turn this back around. It's a little sparse, but it's there. Then you get yourself a little bit of white marabou. I usually just pull some right off the feather. And this can be kind of hard to work with, this stuff, because it's real fluffy. One thing you can do, you can either just wet your fingertips in some water, or just lick your fingertips and you just kind of wet it down. It just makes it a little easier to work with. I usually make it about, so it's about the same length from here to the tail, like that. Some people like to tie this on really sparse, and some people like to put a little extra in. I like to put a little extra because, as you can tell, when this stuff gets in the water, it doesn't look fluffy like that once it starts getting wet. Just bind it right down. Not one of my greatest heads I've ever tied, but it's not too bad. And that's just about it. Finish up with your knot of choice. Put on a little head cement. And as I said, you can try it with sparse, marabou, or a little extra, whatever works for you. But when that stuff gets wet, it really breaks down, and it becomes kind of wispy when it's in the water, and it kind of gives it a lifelike look to it. So give that a try. This works pretty well. The way I use it, once it hits the water, I let it sit for a couple seconds, and then I just strip it in kind of quick, then I give it a pause and wait, and then just keep doing that over and over. Or you can just burn it right in, strip it as quick as you can. Either way seems to work pretty well. So there it is. I'll put some more information about the Black Ghost fly in the description in the video. So thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Remember to subscribe. Until next time.